It's that time of year where the sun hits in the morning, like right in my face. All right. So I think last week we did seated splits, and we had to spend time, right, because we had to balance and do both sides. And so I think psoas, where's my strap? Psoas, straight leg back is stretching the psoas, and you need that in order to do splits. So I think two things. I want to open up the front of the body. So a lot of heart opening, back bends. We can incorporate some psoas opening in there as well. The new thing that I learned this week is totally like a really weird feeling, right? Because we're always talking about, back bends, right? Opening up, basically we're opening up the abdominal wall. We're trying to get our hamstrings engaged. So like really opening this side up, right? But there's actually many layers of the abdominal muscles. And it was like a completely new and weird sensation to open up, right? Do all of this opening up of the, from the ribs to your hip bone, all of this. And also engage the transverse, right? The transverse muscle, activating and pulling back into your spine simultaneously, right? Because that's a contraction of the muscle, simultaneously stretching the other muscles on top of it. Like blew my mind, right? Because it's just that fine tuning and fine motor and fine, right? Like trying to get to the muscles. Because when we open this, we also activate our back belt. You know what the pose I should have had Kiki teach? When she comes back at the end of class, I'll have her teach it because I can't do it. Like literally it's the pose I can't do. It's where in dance class, I don't know if all your kids are dancing, but it's when like you're here and they do this. It's like they touch the feet to the head, right? Yeah, see, and then Kiki was like, how come mommy you can't do this? And I'm like, well, mommy doesn't bend the way, but Kiki's been working on it. She goes to dance class 3 days a week. She's been working on it, and like, I don't know if she's shown you, but like a couple of weeks ago, she's like, look, mom, I can touch my head to my feet. And I'm like, how did you do that? I don't know how to do that because I've been trying to teach that for years, and I don't know how to do that. I mean, like muscle wise, yes, but I don't know how to do that. So that happened to be the theme today, this week, in some of the other classes that I was taking. Which is this opening of the wall, but engagement of the transverse abdominis, and then the opposite muscles always engage, right? So that's this mid-back engagement. And I'm like, oh, I've never felt those muscles before. So we'll do that today. So the theme for today is heart opening, but with this very aware engagement of the transverse abdominis. So with that, we will start out on all fours. We will start on all fours today. Cat cow through the spine in all fours, spreading the palms, just kind of actually just rocking back and forth and warming up the wrists. You're going to eagle claw your hands. You're going to eagle claw your fingers. We're going to press the thumb pads down. Pull the finger so that the knuckle, the second knuckle, is up towards the sky. So if you remember, if this was the mat here, I'm pushing towards I'm pressing on the finger pads, but I'm pulling the knuckle, or I'm pulling the finger towards the palm, but the knuckle is going, so that's clawing like your bird. Oh, Monday's Valentine's Day. I totally forgot Monday was Valentine's Day. And dome through the spine. So we're in cat. So we're really trying to press and open up the low back, the mid back, actually the mid back, more so the mid back. So much so that I'm getting a cramp in my belly. Whew. Right? Who knew that cat could be so intense? And then we're going to drop it down to cow. And in this one, in cow, we're going to really like squeeze the oranges underneath your armpits. Squeeze and activate the trapezius, so that's the mid back. And we're going to do that by also reaching the collarbone forward, the sternum forward, and squeezing the shoulder blades together. And okay, maybe that's enough for now. Okay, we'll do next round and we'll add on. and then round cat, and then cat. So very deliberately keeping engaged our serratus. We're clawing the mat, and we're going to dome our back and really use our ab muscles to push and round that lower back. So much so if you can get a cramp, that means your muscles are working. Now I'm pulling the heel of the hand towards the knee. Yeah, isometric contraction of the pulling the hands towards the knee. Who knew you can get so warm in cat-cow? All right, cow. Glue the shoulder blades down, squeeze the oranges underneath your armpits, sternum reaches forward. So not the chin, right? The chin is not the same thing as the sternum. The sternum reaches forward. Now pull the knee towards the wrist. Pull the knee towards the wrist, and then you activate the hip flexors to get to an anterior pelvic tilt. Oh, one more round. I'm warm just from doing that. Just from doing that. So many muscles on, just for cat-cow. And really push. So I'm pushing down on the mat. I'm actually getting more opening in my low back now because I'm like super duper pushing the ground away. I'm tucking my tailbone. I'm really activating my core. Oh, and I'm going to drop it back into cow. Squeeze the oranges underneath your armpits, lat muscles. Anterior pelvic tilt from your hip flexors. So it's very different to do anterior pelvic tilt from your back, right? You can stick your tailbone up, but that's very different than active anterior pelvic tilt through the activation of the hip flexors. Knees pull towards the wrist, wrist pull towards the knee. Oh, and release, release, release. I've actually never, I don't know what that pose is. Is it double pigeon or king pigeon, or where you touch the head to the, yeah. I'm like, I've never looked at it in the video or mirror before, and I'm like, wow, my feet are really far away. Yep. All right, let's come into camel. Let's come into camel. If you've got access, if you're near a wall, you go to near a wall, because I think this really helps. This really helps to give a grounding or a reference, right? So you don't want to be right up in front of the wall, because then you have nowhere forward to go. You want to be about 6 inches away from the wall, so that when you squeeze your inner thighs together, you can use your block in between your thighs. Or maybe a little closer than 6 inches. You'll have to adjust. The idea is that you're going to send your thighs, remember everything goes forward. No, you can't see me, I'm talking to a wall. I'm literally talking to a wall. Hello, wall. Okay, so send the thighs forward and the hips forward, and the sternum, you have to think up, right? Don't think back. So sternum forward. Keep reaching the sternum forward, keep pushing forward. Keep pushing forward. It's your sternum up. Think up and forward, 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 up and forward. And then also, now this is weird. This is so weird, but also up and forward, pull the transverse back. So you're engaging through your knees going forward, but if you pull your transverse back, you can go deeper. It's so weird, but you have to try it, and then slowly, 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 slowly neutralize through the spine. Yeah. As soon as I thought about my transverse activating, I was able to get like an inch more, and it was really weird because it was not expected. Like, I'm like, how am I going to contract my transverse, and how is this going to help? But it does. So let's try that again, because it's super weird, and I'm talking to a wall. All right. So roll your shoulders back and down. Squeeze your inner thighs together, thighs forward, thighs forward. You can have pressing your hips forward to give you that feedback. The sternum presses forward, forward and up, forward and up. So think forward and up, think up and forward, up and forward, up and forward, up and forward. Now transverse abdominis. Transverse abdominis contracts, up and forward, like you're peeling that last layer towards your spine. And slowly come on up. And we're going to add on. We're going to add on this other really weird thing. What muscle is that? Let's see. Hamstring. No. Okay, so now the next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna kick your shin bones down, right? So this is your shin bones, and you're gonna activate them and kick them down, right? So normally we're focused on the hips going forward, right? And we're squeezing our thighs, and now we're adding the transverse abdominis, but is the top of your shins pressing down? Are the top of your shins pressing down and sending your pelvic bone forward? Can you activate through the tops of the shins pressing down? And it's totally different feeling. Transverse abdominis. So up, sternum up, transverse abdominis pulling back, tops of the shin bones pushing down. And slowly coming up. Whew. And maybe you were able to go a little bit further than you were before. And we'll come on back. Oh, and neutralize through the spine. Come to all fours. Dive forward. Cobra, roll your shoulders back and down. So can we use that same sensation, right? Sternum pressing forward. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Really contract these muscles. The trap muscles here is going to help you come up even more. Now pull the transverse in. Pull the transverse in. Pull the transverse in. It's totally different. Pull the transverse in. And then come on down. Come into all fours. Round the back. Come into kneeling. We're going to do camel now. Camel is going to be like a whole new pose for you. Toss the arms forward, up and back. You don't have that reference point here. You can have your hands at your hips pressing forward. Roll the shoulders back and down. That same sensation though. Hips forward, sternum up. Sternum up, up, up. Transverse in, which is like so weird. Transverse in, shin bones down. Slowly coming up. Dive forward. Come to seated. Dive forward. Cobra. Roll the shoulders back and down. Lift. This is probably the highest I've ever gotten in my Cobra, and I'm not really using my hands. Right before, I'd be like, oh, it's in my hands. I don't understand. I can't get any higher. Well, that's because it's your upper back. So press the pubic bone down. Reach forward. Transverse engages. And that's like a totally different pose. When my transverse engages, I'm able to get a whole lot higher. Come to all fours. Okay, I'm already sweating. I don't know about you, but I am sweating. And all we've done is cat, cow, and camel. And then come on up, take camel. Open. Hands down by the hips, roll the shoulders back and down. Hips forward, thighs forward. Sternum forward, keep reaching forward. Now squeeze the transverse active. Transverse is active, belly button, or transverse in. Transverse in. Slowly coming up. Oh, and release. I tell you, that's probably the furthest back I've ever gone in camel, right? Because usually you go back a little bit and it's like, I don't know, your quads are like ready to give out. I'm like, I don't understand how you can hold it. I'm like, oh, you mean I have to use my other muscles? Those muscles. Yeah. Okay, come forward. Cobra. Roll your shoulders back and down. I am using very little weight on my hands. Very little weight on my hands. So I roll. I lift with my upper back. I lift with my upper back. And then right about here, transverse. And it's like, oh, I got a little rocket booster. See, nowhere near. See, I don't understand how the toes get to the head. I don't quite understand that part. Tuck the toes, lift the hips. Downward facing dog. I'm so glad that Kiki's flexible because I was not a flexible kid at all. And Steve is not flexible. I don't know.
It's hard to tell because he can rock lotus, but can't touch his toes. So he's got some flexibility. So maybe Kiki gets his flexibility from dad. All right, inhaling, right leg comes up towards the sky. Swing it way forward, runner's lunge. Back foot to the top of the mat, forward fold. Oh, my hamstrings are sore from my class last night. Inhaling all the way back up. Floating arms up towards the sky. And close the pose. Inhale. Exhale, swan dive it forward. Inhaling halfway up, exhale, plant the hands, step the right foot back, drop the back knee down. Inhale, coming up. I don't know, maybe we'll cut out the forward folds today. Whew. Whew. All right, low lunge. Forward, up, and back. Oh. 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 Left hand onto the shin bone, pushing forward. Right rib cage forward, square, reaching the right arm back. Really opening this, toss the arm back. Really opening this right here, your oblique. Inhale, slowly coming up. Windmill the hands down. Right hand down. Pop the back knee off the mat. Rock forward, rock back. Gentle runner's lunge twist. Oh, on your back. Oh, that feels good. Reaching the left arm over the ear and just twist. Lower the left hand down, drop the back knee down. Come into all fours. We're going to add a cat-cow here. Oh, hold on. Yeah, cat-cow. I'm like, why is the sun in my face? There we go. That's better. Okay, so cat. Really press into the palms of the hands. And dome. And really use that transverse to open up the low back. What happens if you kick your shin bones down? Oh, if you kick your shin bones down, you can actually get deeper into your low back and maybe a cramp in your low belly. And then cow. Activate that upper back. And then cobra. Yeah, cobra. Come on down. Roll the shoulders back and down. Tops of the feet down. Upper back. Views come up. Transverse. Look at that. Totally different. Oh my God, totally different. Game changing. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Inhaling, right leg comes up towards the sky. Swing it way forward, runner's lunge. Drop the back knee down. Forward, up, and back. Push the hands forward, forward, forward. Toss the left arm back. Now, what can you reach up? What can you transverse do? And slowly come up. So as soon as I activated my transverse, I felt like a door opened. And all this space was made available to me. Or maybe it's not a door. It's like maybe the closet, the double sliding doors that lead out onto a deck. Right? It's like, oh, look at all this space in my house. That's what I feel like. So if you just watch, I don't know if you guys can see it. I can feel like, oh my God, like I can go so much further. So this is me, no transverse. No transverse. I'm like trying to arch, I'm trying to reach full up. I'm doing my up thing. And then I activate my transverse. And then I can feel like I get deeper into my hip flexor. And then I think it feels like I'm getting inches. It's probably like, no, you moved like nothing. But as soon as I activated my transverse, like pulling the transverse in, right? Because it's, you have muscle fibers that are on top of your transverse. You're trying to stretch those. So you're trying to tell those to relax. And then you're trying to very specifically take your transverse and be like, but you're going to contract and pull it away from the abdominal wall that is stretching. And for me, that visual is what clicked. I'm like, oh, you mean you want to activate my core? Why did you just say so? Windmill the left hand down, runner's lunge twist. Oh, 20 years later, right? It's like, why did you just tell me to activate my core? Oh, that's a nice stretch for that outer glute. Windmill the hands down, step it back, high plank, come into all fours. Want to do a faster cat-cow, so find your cat here. You're going to activate your low belly, really push, 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 push. And then you're going to cow by reaching forward, and then you're going to try to pull your knees towards your wrists, and then come down into cobra or up dog. I think we could do up dog now. Up dog. Pull forward. No saggy bellies. And again, transverse allows me to go deeper, tuck the toes, lift the hips. Downward facing doggy. Oh, that's a lot. It's a lot on our low back. Inhaling, left leg comes up towards the sky. Swing it way forward. Back foot to the top of the mat, forward fold. And come on up. And close the pose. How are we doing? Okay. Inhale. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhaling halfway up, exhale, left foot back. Drop the back knee down. Inhale, forward, up and back. We're going to take our right hand finds the left wrist. We're going to pull up and toss back. We'll pull up and toss back. But now we have our secret weapon, which is engaging through our transverse. And then we can go deeper. And this opens up the hip flexor. When you engage your transverse, then the restriction moves down towards your hip flexor. Oh, inhale. We're going to take the side bend, actually. Side bend so that we can open up the oblique. And the side bend. That's way tighter. Oh my God, that's way tighter. Oh, that is tight. Oh, hello. Neutralize, windmill the hands down. Step it back. Lower down. Up dog. Engage the transverse. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing doggy. Oh. Oy. Inhaling, left leg comes up towards the sky, swing it way forward, runner's lunge. Come on up, low lunge. Forward, up and back. Oof. Toss the arms back. We're going to find the right wrist, pull up, toss back, engage through the transverse. So if you untuck the toe, right, so then you have shin bone, or you have shin bone to press down on, right? Slowly coming up. Oh, side bend. Over to the right. Oh my goodness. Ooh, what is that? I can feel like all right here. Like, oh, this is very tight. I'm not ready. I'm not a little weekend Saturday morning. Inhale. Whew. Bring the hands down, pop the back knee off the mat, back foot to the top of the mat. Oh, inhaling all the way back up. Oh, yo. Arms up towards the sky and close the pose. And just shake it out. Oof. And just circle it out. It's a lot. It's a lot for your low back. So, you know. I don't know about you, but my back bends are way deeper than they've ever been. Who knew? Who knew to, contract the core? Inhale. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhaling halfway up. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, high plank, lower down. Inhaling, up dog. I feel like I get deeper in my back bend in Cobra. Because I have the floor, which is essentially like the wall, right? To react against. Tuck the toes, lift the hips. Downward facing dog. Let's come down to all fours and float the right knee off the mat like in a scorpion. Pull the belly button up and in. Left arm forward. Finds the right ankle. Kicking the foot into the hand. Release. Left arm out goes to the side. Right arm goes out to the side. Plant the left hand down, keeping the right leg out to the side. Hello. And then bringing it back up to scorpion. Let's kick that leg out to the side. Ooh. And then back to scorpion. And then round. And then place the knee down. Let's go to the other side. Left leg in scorpion. Right arm forward. Right arm finds the left ankle. We're going to kick the foot into the hand. Kick it, kick it, kick it. And release. Taking the arm and the leg out to the side. I'm hitting the couch over here. Place the hand down. Back to scorpion. Kick it out to the side. And place it down. Whew. Come on up for a little camel. Cross the arms. So we're going to cross the arms in front like this. Open. And then round, cross opposite elbow in front. Open, toss the arms wide. Cross right in front or on top and open. And cross left and open. And come back to all fours, tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Inhaling, right leg comes up towards the sky, swing it way forward, runner's lunge. Come on up, crescent lunge. So we drop our back knee down. And when we pop our back knee back off of the mat, we don't want to go very high. Like we don't want to change the height of where we are right now. So we want to really get into the left hip flexor. Right, so here, all we do is just lift the leg, but we're not going to really change the height of anything. We're not getting that higher. You're going to get deeper into your left hip flexor. The more you toss your arms back behind you, the more opening for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come and shift the weight forward into a warrior 3. Tuck the left knee in like flamingo. We're going to come up and we'll kick the foot into the hand. You're going to flip the grip so the thumb points up towards the sky into dancers. Take the right hand, press the left hip down, square it down towards the hip because it wants to open. And release. We're going to do tree pose on the left side. Tree pose. And release. Step the feet a little bit wider and hips width distance apart. And just cat-cow the spine here. You can take a block. Or not, on the ground. Bend the right knee, straighten out the left. Shift the weight over to the straight leg, which is the left leg. And then twist. And then squat. You can reach the arms more forward, send the hips back. We'll alternate. Straighten out the right leg. Twist over to the right. Keep the left knee bent. And then squat. Twist. Shift the weight over to the hip that has the straight leg. And then bend. And squat. And straight. Squat. And straight. And squat. And straight. And come all the way back up. And circle out your arms. Just kind of circle out the hips. Inhale. Exhale, spine dive it forward. Inhaling halfway up. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, high plank. Lower down. Inhaling up dog. Transverse engage. Down dog. Inhale, left leg comes up towards the sky. Swing it way forward, runner's lunge. Come on up, crescent lunge. How low can you get in your crescent lunge? Drop the back knee down. Because it's probably not low enough. So from here, crescent lunge, then pop the back knee off the mat, don't change height. Whew, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, shift forward, warrior 3. Flamingo to dancers. Left fist finds the right hip, square it down, keep the foot. And release to tree. So just tree pose. And shake it out. Shake it out. Come into a squat, a wide squat. Just cat-cow the spine here. Barrel roll out your rib cage. Forward fold. Inhaling halfway up. Exhale, plant the hands, step it back, high plank. Lower down, inhaling up dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, press it back. Downward facing dog. Inhaling, right leg comes up towards the sky. Swing it way forward, runner's lunge. Come on up to side angle. I'm gonna flip around so I can see you guys. I'm gonna come up to side angle. If you have a strap or a towel, you might want a strap or a towel today. A block. And so we're gonna do side angle with a variation. Side angle here. Let me find my block. Here. I'm going to open up. I'm going to twist open. So really use this for about twisting and opening the rib cage. So we have a tendency, this is actually more strain on your, I don't know, some muscle that's aching right now. So like right knee goes forward, this hip drops, and now you have a chance to open. Now this is like trying to get this is too much or hard. You can loop strap around your knee, go like this. And then if I don't grab my hair, I can actually get a really nice opening right here. If I take the strap and I crawl the strap down towards my knee. Oof. Oh, hello. What is that? We gotta do this one more often. This one's good. This one's really good. And release. Ah, come on up. To warrior two. My camera's a little off today. Let's see. There we go. That's better. Okay. Warrior two. Warrior two here. Let's see, how do we? Yeah. Warrior two. We're going to switch it. We take the arm closer to the straight leg. That'll be your left arm. You're going to come and meet the right arm like a bow and arrow. You're going to pull it back at the same time, straightening your left leg, straightening your right leg, bending your left knee. So we've switched the leg that's bent and straight. Yeah, flexing through the right toe. Here, you can see my toe now. Now that the block isn't in the way. Yeah. Straightening about both legs. Toes in, heels out, wide-legged forward fold. Am I out of shape? It's just hot. Wide-legged forward fold. Adding in transverse lunge here, bend the right knee, straightening out the left leg. So this, we're really working on, what are we working on today? We're working on our the back bends. So this, just getting in some movement and mobility and switch. Just kind of all in the hip area, right? Because it's all connected. All of it's all connected. So like certain parts of your muscles, if they're tight, then it's going to pull on your whole hip joint or your whole hip girdle, pelvic girdle. Okay. Both legs straight. Walk the feet in a little bit closer. Left hand down, right arm goes up towards the sky. What happens if you pull your transverse in here? Not as much, huh? Right hand down, left arm goes up towards the sky. This is more obliques. Okay. And then, as your feet are a little bit closer, you're going to take a big squat. Big old squat. Send your hip bones way back. Send your hip bones way back. You're going to come and you're going to hook your left arm underneath your right, behind your right elbow. If you can put your left hand onto your left ear and then start to straighten out both legs. And you're going to feel it really here in the hamstring. Here. And release. Or you can just use a strap, or you can just do the twist. Or you can just hook. You can just hook underneath the knee and just twist. That's okay too. Okay, shake it out. Twist it out. And go to the other side. Bend, hook the right arm behind the left knee.
Find the right ear, straighten out both legs. And when I say straighten out both legs, it means attempting to straighten out both legs. And release, release, release. And that will help release a lot of the glutes back here that we've asked to contract a lot today. How are we there? Inhaling, come on up, triangle pose. So you might need to scoot your feet out a little bit wider since we scooted them in a bit. And then twist, open, triangle pose. And the more you twist, the more the opening. We're going to come into a half moon, Chapasana with an arc. So half moon, left hand grabs the left ankle. Come forward, half moon, tuck into your flamingo, and then kick. So engage the hamstring first. Right, so lift the knee, so you're in a tuck. Lift the knee first, so squeeze the hamstring. Squeeze the hamstring, squeeze the hamstring, and then kick. And release. And come on up and do a quad stretch. Clasping both hands onto the foot. Press the left knee back. The more you press your left knee back, the more quad opening. Release, figure four. Oh. You can use a block or a wall or a chair or a couch. Whew. That is tight. And pull your hands to heart center, send the left leg back. Land. Crescent lunge. Go deeper. How deep can you go in your crescent lunge? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wiggle the hands, step it back. Lower down, inhaling up dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, press it back, downward facing dog. You should feel like there's a ton more space in your hips now. One side compared to the other. Lower the knees down, come up for camel. Whew. Okay, this one, tuck your toes under. Hips forward. And toss your right arm up and back. You can reach for your left ankle if you wish, or you can reach for your right ankle. This helps you square your shoulders and your rib cage. So reach up, transverse lunge. Oh, sorry, not transverse lunge, sorry. Transverse abdominals, core. Engage your core. And slowly coming up. Ooh. And you don't have to go that deep. If this hurts your back, you don't have to go that deep. Yeah, other side. Go where you are comfortable to. Inhale, coming up. And come down for kneeling, neutralize through the spine, give it a minute, or give it a few seconds to kind of adjust, and then come down for child's pose. Oh. Oh. Y'all probably gonna tell me today's class was hard. I'm like, we haven't done, well, we're not moving very fast, but it is hard because I'm huffing and puffing over here. Either that or I'm just been cooped up at home too long. Like the most exciting thing I do is like, what do I get to pick up at Target? And that's drive up, right? Like after I order everything and they take it to your car, like the most exciting thing is like, look, I get to go park in the parking space at Target. It's sad. But I did venture to downtown Los Altos yesterday for afternoon tea. My favorite tea place is Lisa's Tea Treasures, and they have like amazing cinnamon scones. So I ate like 3 of those.
so good. There's like 0 internet in Los Altos, by the way. So I couldn't take my calls. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg comes up towards the sky, swing away for runner's lunge. We're going to come into a side angle on this side. I'm going to flip around so I can see you. All lovely peoples. Grab your strap if you want. I think we're gonna start doing side angle with this strap because this opening that you get on your shoulder, right? Like for years, it's like, oh, well, just touch your knee behind, with your hand behind your head. And I'm like, what? I'm like, my hand does not go that way. I don't understand. I do not comprehend what you were asking me to do. Okay. So side angle on the left side. Remember, booty needs to go forward. Booty needs to go down. So left knee goes forward. See, and then the left goes down. Okay, so now I've got my, whoop. All right. There we go. There we go. Okay. Now I have a shot at whatever this is. Side angle, twist open. Twist open. So you can either put your head behind your hand behind your head or use the strap but twist. This gets you in a very different feeling or sensation for side angle. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Come on up. Warrior 2. Oh. Okay, right hand to the left hand. Pull the bow and arrow, straighten out the left leg, bend the right knee, flexing through the left toes. See the blocks in the way again. You can't see my toes. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Straighten out both legs, toes and heels out. Wide squat, bend the knees, reach the hips back, reach the arms forward. Straighten, shift the hips forward. Bend the knees, squat back. And then straighten the legs forward. Bend the knees, squat back. Straighten the legs, come forward. And then what do we do here? Oh, let's do crow. I was like, what do we open today? We opened some muscle today. Crow. All right, let's crow our way through. Or one-legged crow. And then when you're done with your crow, then come back to triangle pose, left foot forward. Right, left foot forward, triangle pose. You might need to walk your feet out a little bit longer. Okay, you can keep going to crow. Yeah, you keep trying crow. triangle pose and really twist, right? Twist. So a nice way to do it is take the left hand, again, that bow and arrow action. Take that, sorry, that right hand, touch your right shoulder, and then open it up towards the sky. I can get you a little deeper. All right, half moon with an arc. Half moon with an arc. Okay. Ooh, I don't know about you, but like my arc, so much easier. Because I feel like my quad isn't as tight. Oh, go figure. So hamstring first, lift the left knee, or lift the right knee. Lift the right knee, lift the right knee, lift the right knee, and then kick the foot into the hand. This is probably as open as I've ever been on my half moon arc. Go figure. Okay, come on up. Quad stretch, both hands. Pull the shoulders back and down. Lift the knee, lift the knee, lift the knee, lift the knee, press the knee back, press the knee back, and release. Okay, and release. Okay. We took this to figure four. Figure four. Figure four. And send the right leg back. Come in, land into crescent lunge. How deep is your crescent lunge? 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Windmill the hands down, step it back, high plank, lower down, all the way down onto your belly. And just place your forehead down. Rock your hips from side to side. Actually, bend your knees. And then slowly drop your legs over left and right. So we're kind of doing like on the belly windshield wipers. Right. All right. And then release. Release, release. Okay. All righty. Bow, half bow, bow, Dhanurasana, bow. Different variations of bow pose. All right. So one arm, one sided, one arm bow, one-legged bow, one-legged bow. All right, so left hand down onto the mat. Right hand finds the, what is this, the right ankle. Kick the foot into the hand. Use the left hand to lift you up. It's really your upper back. It's really your upper back and your foot. And release, release, release. Whew, shake it out, shake it out. And then the other side. Left hand to the left ankle, quad stretch first. Right, activate through the hamstrings. Stretch out the quad. Right, because if you activate through the hamstring, if you don't activate the hamstring, then you can't counteract the tightness in the quad. Right, and a hamstring strength and hamstring activation is not something that we do a lot of in yoga. We don't, you know. Oh, there's a dog. Okay, kick the foot into the hand. Hamstring activation first, lifts, and then kick. Keep kicking. Keep kicking. What is it, Wally? Want to come on in? Come on in. Oh. I don't know what you're looking for, Wally. Oh. And release. And release, release. And onto your belly. And then we're going to do both full bow. And then we're going to do, yeah, we'll do full bow. And then, yeah, okay. Kick both feet into the hands, lift, lift, lift. Can you use your transverse? And release. Release, release. And come into child's pose if you want. Oh. That is a lot of heart opening. A lot of heart opening. Okay. So there's a couple of things that you can do. Depending on how your back feels about it, you can go deeper into your camel pose. Couple of ways to do that is to back up against the wall and your feet are towards the wall. I think you're actually probably not that close. Or you can like use the wall and to walk down the wall or use that as a brace, right? So you're going this way, hips forward, sternum up, squeezing the upper back and the transverse. Ooh. Ooh. And you can crawl yourself down the wall. That's one thing that you can do. My back particularly does not enjoy that. The other thing that you can do is you use scorpion or pincha mayurasana to scorpion. Should feel totally different. Totally different. I know we didn't do shoulder openings today. We didn't do a lot of forearm balance, but the front of your body is open, and then you have that extra special weapon tool, which is activating through your transverse. So on your forearms, forearm balance first into scorpion. And so you can try your scorpion balance, pincha or scorpion. My pincha is a lot lighter, right? I can actually kick up into
pincha, that's one way. Yeah, or you can do like your back bend crawling down the wall, or you could just do it freestanding without, and just see, right? Up, up. Right, and just see how far you can go back before you know, and then push your shins down and then come back up, and then you can do it again, and right, like you know, like these, this one. Like again, I've never gone that far before, ever. Usually I'm like, oh, I don't understand. So you can do that. That strengthens your quad, that like works on a lot of different things. You can do pincha. Yeah, it looks good, Charlie. It looks really good. Right, you can do pincha. What were we doing? We were doing handstand. We had a it was a handstand variation. It was a scorpion with handstand instead of forearm. And it was transitioning between straight leg and bent leg for scorpion. Yeah, you could do that too. We were doing, so instead of forearm, we were doing handstand variation. Yeah. So lots of different options. Hi, Wally. What you want, boo-boo? And then use your transverse to try to balance. So what happens in your back bends, and you use your nice. So strong. That looks so strong. How'd that feel? Right? Like, hello, Anjali just popped on up to Scorpion and be like, what? All right. Let's see, was that all the other? Yeah, that's about all the variations. If there's anything else that you want to try, wheel. Wheel is a lot of shoulders. Wheels is a lot of shoulders. Again, we did not open our shoulders, so you could try wheel. But remember, this is like so open now, so you could try wheel and see if that feels different. Hi, Wally, what's up, boo boo? So you could try wheel. And then we can take it back down, and then we can counter stretch. Right, Wally? Oh my goodness. Your teeth, man. I know we don't take you to the dentist. I know we should brush your teeth, but we don't. But we don't. Look at your teeth. I know. I love you. Come here. We're gonna do wheel. Or you can try scorpion again. Oh, man. Your teeth hurt? Okay, wheel pose. Yep, I feel the restrictions in my shoulders, right? Because my shoulders are tight. So I don't even get the benefit of all the opening in the abdominal area, because the first part that is tight is my shoulders. But that's why handstand scorpion, forearm scorpion,
those are all really great ones to experiment and play with today. Because it's less about, like, we have to open the shoulders less, right? We don't have to open two things in order to make that happen. Okay. How's Uday doing? Uday's just like on his back, having a good time. Oh, he's gonna go in a wheel. Walk your feet or push the weight towards your hands. Right, so you got to get your weight towards your hands. So like walk your feet closer to your hands and push your chest towards the camera, Uday. Yeah. So like I said, we didn't open shoulders today, so that's why it's a little. It's a, you know, wheels are like a little freebie, but you know, it's scorpion, it's camel, it's all of those. You should feel like you have a little bit more space in your abdominal wall. Okay, counter pose for that would be Paschimottanasana. Is it Paschimottanasana? It's fourfold, or Dandasana. Really Dandasana. So, legs out long. Oof. Right, just even sitting here, like today, I just want to do this. I just want to do this because it's hard to sit up straight. It's super hard to sit up straight. So anterior pelvic tilt, just that little anterior pelvic tilt right here, and just sitting. Oof, this is hard. This one's a hard one today because we spent all that time opening the opposite direction, right? So just to counter all of the activation of our upper back. Let's take head to knee pose. So bending through the right knee, extending through the left. Outside edge of the left pinky toe. Remember, we just use these muscles for the past hour or so. And release, release, release. Another side. Oh, oof, oof. There's just not enough hours in the day to go stretch like every muscle in your body, right? It's like, oh, we have to work on our erector spinae and our Q1 muscles next time. And release, release, release. Hi, Holly. How are you? Onto our back. Oh. Now here you can do shoulder stand, plow pose, variation, bent knee, diamond pose, or diamond, you know, legs in diamond. Right, so you can do shoulder stand, you can do shoulder stand, and then into plow. So press the elbows, right? What is this? The biceps? This is the forearm, tricep, bicep, upper arm on the ground. Shoulder stand. So make sure the weight is in between your shoulder blades. You can support your low back. Like this. Oh, there's Lunar New Year celebration in downtown Redwood City today from 11 to 4 in the courthouse. There'll be like performances and music and stuff. So we usually go. I don't think we're gonna go this year, but it's super fun. There's like vendors and stuff, and a whole like show on the stage, lion dance, etc. There used to be like arts and crafts tables and stuff. So plow pose. Make sure the weight is still in between your shoulder blades and not on your neck. And slowly lower down. Take happy baby. Take the soles of the feet together. Knees apart, Baddha Konasana, recline Baddha Konasana. If this doesn't feel comfortable, you can put a block underneath your knees so that you're allowing gravity. I don't know what the block is. And so you can allow your gravity to open up. I mean, here's the thing. If you use gravity, you're going to be here for a really long time. If you're just going to use gravity to open up and do your, increase your flexibility, you're just going to be here for a really long time. And you can bring your knees together, extend the legs out long for Shavasana, toss your arms overhead, give yourself a nice big stretch. Oh, so very side. Palms facing up towards the sky. And slowly rolling over to one side, pressing yourself up to seated, rooting your sit bones into the earth. Floating arms up towards the sky, clasping palms together, bringing them down to heart center. Bowing forward, namaste.